Hello, Gillie darling. Okay, so we are going to get into your Are They the One reading. Spirit, we have Gillie here today to play with us. I am asking for your divine wisdom, light, and knowledge to shine through me to give Gillie her message. I thank you in advance for your wisdom and for your willingness to help out here with Gillie, so that we can get her a clear message. Okay, Spirit, if we can focus on, is this person good? Is this person Spirit? Okay. So, does this person have the potential to be the one? Spirit, does this person have the potential to be the one? Okay. Is there a possibility of this person? Okay, is there a possibility of commitment with this person for Gillie? Spirit, what are conflicting influences? Ooh, jeez. That one came flying out. What are favorable influences? Spirit, what are favorable influences with this person? Okay. Very extreme. Okay. What can Gillie do to help along this situation? Spirit, what can Gillie do to help this situation along? Spirit, what can Gillie do to help this situation along, please? What can Gillie do to help this situation along? Okay. What must they do to be a part of Gillie's life? Spirit, what must they do to be a part of Gillie's life? Okay. And will Gillie be happy with them? Okay, Spirit, will Gillie be happy with them? All right, Gillie. So, got a lot going on here. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so okay. So for your overall, do they have the potential to be the one? You got the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups energy is a very lighthearted energy. It talks about innocence, nostalgia, playfulness in your childhood, just being very sentimental, right? Reconciling with people, wanting to share, just a very, like I said, lighthearted energy. The spirit of this card is all about sweetness and light. And it implies that by giving out goodness around you, it will come back to you, right? So just good karma all around. I like this card. It's possible that, if we're asking if this person is the one, it's possible that they could incite feelings inside of you, like playful energy, childhood energy. It says, enjoy feeling playful and let this card remind you of relationships that have enriched your life as well as those that have been painful. If you have unfinished business from the past, now's the time to put it aside and welcome fulfillment or true exchanges of love in your life. So this could be a person from your past. It could be a person that maybe reminds you of your past. It could be, or just somebody who reminds you to really take a look at the lessons that you've learned, and almost kind of like forces that out of you, right? Like forces you out of an energy where you're kind of stuck, or forces you to maybe look at things in a different light. So I'm getting that from this person possibly, but let's look at the other cards and kind of see how it goes along with the spread. For whether or not there's a possibility of commitment, you got the King of Swords. So just give me 2 seconds. The King of Swords energy is a very he's someone who really strong patriarchal values, somebody who is very intellectual, uses fair judgment, has high standards. It says that when you draw this in the card in the you now position, you're ready to handle your affairs in an honorable way. You can see through the fog, get to the heart of the matter, and resolve any conflicts through the power of your thoughts. The kings represent active energy, so you can pit your wits against others. It could also show somebody in your life who embodies this energy, right? And so I think it's interesting because, the King of Swords is not like, the Queen of Swords or any Queen card, is really about like, they use like their female parts, right? Like their female intuition and everything. And then the male parts, they're using their intellect and they're using everything. And, for you to get the Six of Cups right above this card, then, I mean, to me, it is very possible that this person could be a very logical person, a very logical thinker. Maybe somebody who challenges you to come out of your emotions, who challenges you to get out of your own head and just, kind of keep your wits about you, right? Like grounded. I have a feeling like maybe they keep you very grounded. It could possibly be an air sign, doesn't have to be. I only say that because you have a few swords energies in here, right? So, okay, and while I was shuffling, the Lover's card also came out, and that's Gemini. That's also an air sign, but like I said, doesn't have to be. But the energy that I'm getting so far is perhaps a reliable, stable, grounded person who may, remind you to, kind of come out of those feelings, move forward with your life, have a very, a good head, a stable head. Okay, so the conflicting influences in this partnership, union, whatever, are the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is really, it's a card about cutting through illusions, right? Again, and if you're cutting through illusions, then you're kind of coming out of this energy of betrayal, and if you're carrying around emotional baggage, if you're doing that, then it's very easy to come into this energy, right? However, if we're staying stuck in this energy, if we're choosing to kind of get in, if we're choosing to kind of stay stuck in old cycles or not move on to certain things out of our fear, or, maybe not cut through some of the stuff that's kind of been holding us back, or afraid to let our hair down and everything like that, it could very well be blocking that lighthearted, fun energy, right? So the Ten of Swords represents enlightenment. It's timely now to accept any illusions for what they are. It's going to lead you to new self-awareness. It said that right now you have to move forward and put the past behind you. Let me see. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Okay, so then in favorable influences on the other side, you got the Emperor card rooted down by the Fool. So the Fool is another one. It's a very lighthearted energy. The way that I kind of look at it, the two energies really couldn't be any different, right? So maybe both of you are complete opposites, I'm getting, maybe, and that's in your favor, right? They say opposites attract, because the Emperor energy is like the leader. He's like the rock, he has a good head on his shoulder. He creates calm out of chaos. He's experienced life, and now he's ready to offer people good guidance. And then, okay. And then the Fool energy is like the free spirit, right? Like he just throws inhibition to the wind. Like he's always ready for a new adventure without really much thought. So that's kind of goes along with this, right? It's like very childlike energy, okay? So like it could be, You know, just kind of, because children, I mean, what do they really fear, right? They don't know really too much about the dangers of the world, so it's like they set off on adventures and they just go do their thing, and screw it, however it turns out, it turns out, right? Which could be good. I mean, it's good and bad. All of these energies, everything has two sides to it, so you never really know what you're gonna get. But so that, like I said, if you and him, or you and your partner, you and your potential person, just whoever this reading is about, you guys, it's very possible that you guys have two different energies, which kind of come up a few times, you know, where you already had like this childhood energy, and then that was with the King of Swords, which is like a more serious, stable, yeah, like a leader, you know, someone who gets down to the nitty gritty, right? So I'm getting a very childlike energy, fun, pure, innocent, and then I'm getting the energy of like somebody who's very grounded and stable, and kind of has that really serious head on his shoulder, right? So that could be you, him, both of you. Maybe you both have that type of energy, but or one or the other, right? Which I think is great. I always think that it's really nice to have definitely something opposite of you, right? Because you whatever I'm not, I want you to be able to kind of show me a different side of things, you know? So okay. So under what you can do to help, you have the Knight of Cups. And so the Knight of Cups tells us the Knight. Let me see here. Okay, yes. So the Knight of Cups is all about questioning yourself. It talks about a very great lover kind of coming in. It talks about somebody who's full of emotions, somebody who is kind of just, he's ready to come in and he's ready to offer you an emotional love, a very fulfilling love. It talks also about, you know, like, it says right here, is it time to open up, be more sensitive, play a romantic game, you know, pure romance. The Knight of Cups asks us to evaluate our ideas of love, right? You got that rooted down by the Tower, and you know, the Tower is that card of very, it's like an awakening, right? It's everything falling down, it's chaos that we really didn't ask for. And so I get the sense that maybe if there has been kind of an emotional shakeup in either one of your lives, it's kind of just asking you, I mean, we all have past, we all have things that have happened, we all have things that may still affect us whether we realize it or not. And so it's an interesting combination. I'm kind of getting the sense here, I want to say, like I said, if there was an emotional shakeup and it kind of affected somebody's idea of love, right? Maybe someone is a little bit more closed off to love, because you did get this Ten of Swords, which is kind of like, you know, staying stuck in that, like, kind of more of like, I can't get over the past, or I've been hurt before, or like, you know, not wanting to move forward, staying in a very self-imposed prison. And so if indeed somebody or both of you had a Tower moment, one or the other, both of you had a Tower moment in love, it like I said, it may have very well have shaken up somebody's idea of love here. It may have gotten them a wee bit pessimistic. And these cards are also right. It was like the Ten of Swords, and then right under is this Knight of Cups with the Tower moment. So I do get a sense that there were probably some past hurts, and it may be a little bit more difficult to move on from that. I think whenever we get hurt, or whenever somebody, you know, kind of breaks our heart, we have a tendency to either then over romanticize love, or just completely want to like throw it out the window, right? It's always like those two extremes. I think sometimes when we don't want to face up to the truth, we may just say, oh no, I'm fine, like things have been great for me and everything's going well, and you know, blah blah blah, like, because you know, the Knight of Cups also kind of talks about our illusions about love. You know, it wants us to really check ourselves and make sure, like, do we really want this situation? Are we just in love with love right now? And everything like that, you know. Or on the other hand of it, we can kind of, you know, we can experience hurt and then get in that energy where it's like, no, everyone is trash. I don't want to give my heart to anybody else anymore. And that's it, I'm done, right? That may be your energy, because in the what they must do to be a part of your life, you got the Sun card along with the Four of Wands, which I just want to cry. It's so beautiful. I I love the Sun card. The Sun card is just really, really beautiful. And then this Four of Wands card is another really beautiful energy. So the Sun card, it talks to us about success and abundance. No matter what, you have this really beautiful radiant energy following you. Your situations are improving. You're approaching things with confidence and enthusiasm. In this case, it could very well be situations of love. And then it says, you know, let your inner child come out and play, which is this overall energy too. So somebody here is definitely maybe needing to take things a little less serious, right? Like I said, there seems to be a very good balance of emotions, and there's definitely some huge invitations here to just, you know, one or the other person to just be really lighthearted right now. You know, kind of get into that energy. Because the Four of Wands also talks about returning to things, returning to people that are familiar to you, or somebody who just feels like home. Again, this person, if this is a card, that Six of Cups here, where it's kind of talking about that childhood energy, and then this one talks about coming home, right? So going back to your childhood home, not literally, but maybe in your heart, right? Like the happiness that you may have felt, the good memories. You know, this person, it could very well be that you make this person feel that way, or they make you feel that way. Lighthearted, childlike, you know, just looking at life through the lens of a child again, and not being too serious about things, right? And then so finally you have for will they make you happy. You did get the Nine of Wands here. And the Nine of Wands here talks about courage, persistent. It talks about, you know, if you have ever suffered setbacks, or if you're suffering any now, or if you have in your past, most likely in the past, because like I said, I do have a lot of this past energy here. It's kind of looking like things maybe already occurred, that may have affected somebody in a negative way, one way or another. The Nine of Wands reminds us to keep going. You are supported. You have the inner strength for this. And it really just kind of seems to wrap everything up. It does seem like right now would be a good time. I'm getting really good energy from this. I don't have any negative anything really in this reading. Like I said, everything that seems potentially hurtful seems to be more in the past than it is anything. I really do like the balance of both energies. You know, like I said, you have the King of Swords, you have the Emperor, you have a very grounded energy, and then it's mixed in with that like childlike energy, right? It's really nice. I really enjoy this reading. I enjoy this energy. Like I said, it could be you or the other person who possesses these qualities. But either way here, I'm getting that this person may just make you feel young again, or you make them feel young again, right? You got one person reminding the other one like, hey, you know, we got this. You could conquer anything that you put your head to, right? You're the King of Swords, like you have a grounded energy. People look to you. You have that Emperor where it's like, you know, people look to you and you're a leader and you can do this and you got this, you know. But then at the same time, it's like, but let's laugh a little bit, right? Let's have some fun. Let's like throw our inhibition to the wind and just you know, kind of be free, have a very free energy. And so, like I said, I really do get a very balanced feeling, a very balanced approach to this reading. And so I think that right now, you know, overall, Spirit is guiding you to really release, relax, have some fun, let your hair down, let your inner child come out and play. You know, let go of anything that might be holding you back from anything. Like I said, if you had this Tower moment, if you had past hurts or anything like that that you maybe still think about, or that possibly stop you from moving forward, I would say that it is really a good time right now to release some of those energies, have that clear head, right? Think of things a little less emotionally and a little more logically. Which would make sense, obviously. Like if we're holding on to things, it's not in our best interest to do so, right? When we release and when we let go, I think the universe makes so much space for really, really beautiful things to come in. And I mean, you got the sun card right there, right? That is a super, super beautiful energy. It's one of my favorite in the deck, you know, and then this, just like time for celebration, time to let things go, time to just have fun and let things flow as they will, right? So yeah, that is your reading. Like I said, I think it looks really good. In my opinion, for what I'm reading here, is if we're asking the overall question if this person is the one, I think there's so much potential here for them to be the one. My personal beliefs are that we should find partners, or we should kind of have people in our life that balance us out, that kind of add to what we already have going on for us, and who remind us to laugh, right? Like, it's good to have that stable head. It's good to kind of, you know, take things serious when it needs to be serious, but we have to know when it's okay to laugh and let our hair down and have fun and just enjoy life, right? My son tells me all the time, you get this one chance, Mom. We have one chance to do this, so let's do it right. And it looks like this could really be done right here, right? Very, very beautiful energy. Okay, Gillie, that's it. Thank you so much again. I love doing these for you. I love being able to talk to you here. So enjoy, okay? Blessings. Have a great weekend.